Welcome to Hunter Canyon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolutely gorgeous place. There's so many things to see here. This is definitely going to be a multi-episode trip slash hike slash adventure, whatever you want to call it. So one of the first things we'll look at is this squarish rock here. Now, I have a theory that some of the ancient native peoples were very much involved on a lot of these square formations. This doesn't just have one flat side, this has three. This is not the only one out here. There's lots and lots of square lines out here. Now, it is possible for nature to make square lines, but when you see this many concentrated in one place, a place that's known to have many petroglyphs nearby here, a place with water in the middle of a desert. Water in the middle of a desert has always attracted civilizations, both ancient and current. So I want you guys to think about that when you hear me say, I think that the ancient peoples have something to do with this stuff. There's all kinds of stuff out here like it. We'll be taking a look at some of it. And I really do wonder who or what, possibly even, made some of these things. Now this area will flash flood during big time rain events. It doesn't even really have to be that big of an event. So if you are going to come here, definitely check the forecast. And if there's a rainstorm forecast, this is probably not the place to check out for that day. We see our cattails out here. There's still some water. And it's looking pretty stagnant, unfortunately. Oh, we got a fish. That's pretty cool. I hope that showed up on camera, guys. This is a pretty beautiful place to see all the reflections in the water of all the cliffs above. You got a little bit of water trickling somewhere out here. Way out in the distance here. You can see it flowing into here from the far side there. Now this part of the trail is a pretty good place to show just how slow of a trickle it really is at the moment. You see an ant on the rock there. You can use that for scale. That's not a big ant either, guys. It's a pretty small ant. So there really is not a lot of water flowing here. But there's quite a bit more water here than in most of Moab at the moment. And they're all kinds of cool rock formations, trees, the cottonwood trees. So all the big trees you see out here, guys, are cottonwoods. Pretty cool little stone grotto up there. We'll probably go check that out in a second here. We want to check these guys out as well. Now, you are absolutely not allowed to ride bikes here, guys. Please don't do what this guy did. You're just going to tear everything up. It's absolutely not allowed. This is technically an arch here. So that's pretty cool to see. I don't know what you'd call this particular arch. Warped arch. Maybe. And I tell you guys, this is a great place to hide from the rain. But if it does start raining and you're out here, guys, what you need to do is leave, even if you get soaked while you're leaving. This place is absolutely a flash flood danger. Don't take flash floods as a joke here, guys. Out in the desert, they've been known to wash people away and even kill people in some cases. So as we climb up here, guys, we get to see all kinds of cool stuff out here. Triangle Point Rock, way up on top of the cliffside here. Whatever you want to call this thing. This little thing that's eventually going to make some weird looking hoodoo one day. Way in the future, obviously. Now it is possible to make it up here without damaging any biocrust or any of the fragile desert plants out here. So if you guys do choose to come up here, make sure you have the skill to do so. And make sure you turn around, take a look at the little rock grotto over here on the other side. I do not know a way to get up there. Rock climbers might be able to. I'm not a professional rock climber or even a serious hobbyist rock climber, so I won't be doing that. But we got a pretty rectangular shaped rock here. It's not a perfect rectangle, but still kind of cool to see. All kinds of jagged rocks and stuff for you to come out here and scramble on. Again, do your very best to stay on the rock. There are some cactuses, so definitely watch out for these guys. They'll ruin your day if you walk into them. Well, it's a very pretty view from on high here. Now, it is possible to scramble all the way to the top just like I have here, guys. However, this is one of the harder scrambles that I'm willing to do. So keep that in mind before you guys decide to challenge yourselves and bite off more than you can chew. That said, it is doable. And you get a very beautiful view of whatever this is, square top rock. It'd make for a pretty cool picture if you didn't fall off taking it. I would not recommend it, and you definitely won't see a picture from that viewpoint, guys. At least not from me. But it is a really beautiful overlook of the canyon here. And we're going to go a little bit further this way and show you guys what's out here. Hopefully reduce the temptation for you guys to try and make the trek yourself, because this is, once again, guys, this is not an easy one. Particularly if you're trying to be careful with all the vegetation and all that stuff out here, which is very important because we want to preserve it for future visitors. But as you just saw there, it is possible. Just be aware you'll be walking on very off-camber rocks, just like I am here. Very slow. This is one of the cooler things out here, is this little hoodoo. He is a hoodoo, he is disconnected. Just barely right there. Definitely something worth coming out here to see. Again, if you don't want to climb all the way up here, there is a chance to see it from all the way down there on the other side of the canyon there. Bring some binoculars if you'd like to see the sky without climbing all the way up here. That'd be my highest recommendation for most people. It'll also take you a decent amount of time to climb up here. So, I guess keep that in mind. Does make for a very incredible view, however. We can look out into the rest of the canyon, just making a pretty good echo out here too. Not sure how well that's going to show up on video, but this is about as close as I'm willing to get, guys. You never want to walk out onto one of these things, so I'll show you guys why in a second here. Now, I have seen people climb out onto this guy. I would not recommend it. If this guy cracks while you're on it, you're in a world of hurt. So as you can see, this is badly undercut. It's off camber. It's just not a good plan to walk there, guys, trust me. And we get to look out at the stained rock here. Looks like a very beautiful painting. Made solely by nature. So a lot of what makes these places so cool. Of course, we got another grotto. Keep in mind, this is another one that I won't be able to reach, and your average climber is not going to be able to reach. I'm sure some people can. And this guy in the middle of your frame would be very cool to see up close. So this is the other cool thing to see here, guys, this little cliff on the opposite side of the canyon here. It looks like it's some type of carved statue. I don't really know, but it looks really cool from this angle. So if you guys do make the trek up here, definitely make sure you look for that guy. So this rock out here is one of the other cool things to see out here. It looks like it was sculpted by, I don't know who, really ancient humans maybe? I mean, look how square this guy is. Look at all the square faces. Look at all the lines in it. It's just truly something unique. You're not going to see too many like it. I don't know. It looks sort of like piece of oak that was carved thousands of years ago, and now it's been petrified and turned to stone. Really cool to see. He's way out there on the other side. You won't be able to see him unless you're going to hike way up here. Again, I don't think too many of you will, so definitely hope you guys enjoy it from my video. It's a very cool place to come and see. Not the easiest place to access, and it will cost you a decent chunk of your time out here as well. One last note, guys, there is no cell reception even way up here. This canyon has no cell reception. Make sure you have some type of communication device with the outside world. Preferably a satellite device would be my recommendation. Something like a Garmin, or even a two-way walkie-talkie with people further out into the canyon. Although even then, the canyon walls will probably block the signal. Remember, guys, all these communication devices are not magic, despite how they sometimes feel. Make sure you do check out this guy if you do climb all the way up here. He's pretty cool, and this is definitely the best vantage point to see him from. So this overhang is about halfway up. Now, I stopped here to show you guys this because this is pretty cool. So at some point, the floods and water did come up here, because that's what made this guy. The wind probably helped them too over the years, but to me, this looks like it's a cavity formed more by water than wind, although I think both were a factor here. Very cool thing to see. Not an easy place to get to. I can't stress that enough, guys. You're not too far from the road here either. I'm sure you could see that in the distance if you paid attention there. Check where the water cascades. You can see all the desert varnish on the opposite side wall there. Pretty cool. So this is the other area I really want to show you guys. Now, I don't know about you guys. I call this guy Statue Rock. Pretty sure ancient peoples were involved here, or at least I believe they were. Hard to know 100% for sure. But this is the one that really has me convinced up here. So when we take a look at this guy, look at how he's sitting. The squared out piece in the middle here. Now, one right angle on a rock, yeah, it could definitely happen. Now, when you have this many right angles, 1, 2, 3, Looks like 4 over here as well. Is just not seen very often, if at all, in nature. It can occur. There's a checkerboard rock pattern out in Zion. Of course, there are people who believe that that was actually created by some of the really ancient peoples who lived in this area long, long ago. There's even some other people that believe it was aliens. Now, when you take a look at some of the petroglyphs out here, they at least have some type of an argument. However, if there were aliens, they haven't been here for a really long time. And none of the Native Americans that I've ever talked to have any stories mentioning them, or at least none that they've shared with me. So for what it's worth, I think there is a chance that some of the ancient people created a lot of the checkerboard patterns that we see today. Now, you're going to get the argument, well, it's just such a massive scale that they didn't do it. Okay, how about the Nazca lines? I don't know, maybe you think aliens did that as well. And now the other cool thing I want to show you out here, look at all these straight lines. Like, honestly, tell me that nature made this many straight lines. I mean, I guess it's possible. Anything's possible if you have long enough odds over a long enough period of time. But I really do think with the number that you see out here and the fact that this is a really cool place means that some of the ancient native peoples had something to do with it. As mentioned before, this place has too much for a single episode. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss Hunter Arch and much more next week. And as always, please like the video, share it with a friend, and join me here next time on Magical Moab.